Yo, another 5 miles, man. Another 5 miles. I forget what day I'm on. I may or may not write it in the comments. But anyway, this video is going to be about the why. What I mean by the why. The why you are the way you are. A lot of people say, that's just who I am. This is just what I do. This is how I am. Blah, blah, blah. Right? But we never get into the why. The why. Mental health has a lot to do about the why. Why are people the way they are? Why do people function the way they do? The why. So I'm going to give you my why. How about we do that? My why is, first, I'm a Sagittarius. A Sagittarius by nature. Why? That's just the day you're born. The day you're born, that's what you are. Whether you believe in astrology or not, you're still inside of that astrology structure. That's the first thing. The second thing is a stoic. Most men are stoic by nature. What is stoic? Stoic is a person who can endure pain or suffering without complaining or expressing their emotions. That's most men. Most men are like that. We just don't whine and cry and things like that. Except most men. Now there are your internet people who do whatever the hell they're doing. So, stoic, Sagittarius, a sage. What is a sage? A sage is a person who has wisdom, knowledge over their experiences through life. And I have a lot of that. Whether it's by experiencing yourself, what I call a POPE, which is personally observed, personal experience, or by reading books. A lot of reading books, a lot of audio books. That gives you that knowledge. That's why I can speak the way I speak about the things that I speak about. And last but not least of all the S's, right? Sagittarius, Stoic, Sage, Sigma male. What is a Sigma male? A Sigma male is an alpha male with none of their bad traits. However, Sigma males, we have that big energy, but we don't prove and have to constantly prove our big energy. We just don't do that. That's an alpha thing. An alpha, they come in the room, they got to prove that big energy. Sigma males we don't roll that way. We got the same big energy, we just don't roll in that fashion. Two alpha males that you may be very, very aware of would be Damon Dash and P. Diddy. They have to be seen. I'm in the room. Look at me. Da 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 da. That's that alpha energy. That's that big alpha energy, right? So, what about two Sigmas? Two Sigmas, believe it or not, 50 Cent and Jay-Z. They have that same energy. They have that same big energy, but they don't present that big energy like that. At times they do. Now somebody's going to say, no, because 50 Cent's 50 Cent, yeah. Jay-Z, yeah. But they have their modes where they're not like that. It's not always all eyes on me type thing, quote unquote. Whenever we talk about P. Diddy, we talk about Dame, it's all eyes on me. Sigmas are also good at getting inside of rooms and dealing with certain people and corporations and organizations. And knowing how to work a room, right? You see 50 Cent doing a lot with that. He's over here with the liquor thing, he's over here with the people out here in Texas and doing God knows whatever, and then it's the club thing, he's doing the club thing, then he's with these people and doing that people, and he's just moving around in different rooms. Same thing with who? Jay-Z. They're moving around in different rooms. Now, let's flip that over into the other two, Dame and P, and you start to see the difference. Now, if you don't want to see it, then cool. It takes critical thinking skills to be on the page like mine. You have to be a critical thinker. If you're not a critical thinker, this page is not for you. If you're one of those people who say, not all, this page is not for you. That's not true, this page is not for you. Well, how do you know that this page is not for you? You have to be a critical thinker. That's one of the things about being a sage. That's one of the things about being a Sigma male. We're critical thinkers. This is all we do. We're constantly thinking. To a point where it sometimes becomes overthinking. That's what Sigmas do. Why am I telling you all this? When you know who you are and why you function the way you do, you can roll through life a lot smoother. Is it going to be easier? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But you'll be able to function better in situations and circumstances. And you'll know how, okay, I'm not going to deal with this situation or circumstance because I know me, this is not going to work. Like when I'm with a group of people, I'm very select about the group of people I'm around, because you can get into situations with people that you don't want to be in because you're with the wrong people. How many people get caught up because they're with the wrong people? You're not going to see that happen with people who are typically like sigma males. You're not going to see that happening to people who are critical thinkers. They already know this group, they can see what this group is doing. I'm not going to move that way. I'm going to go over here and be by myself and do my own thing. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is another sigma. Keanu Reeves is a sigma. I mean, you don't hear much about this dude. You don't hear nothing about this dude except when he makes a movie, right? But when he makes a movie, that movie is damn good. Whether it be The Matrix, whether it be the John Wick series, you know he's going to be in the movie. That movie's going to be pretty damn good. So, knowing who you are is very critical. You have to know who you are. You have to research yourself. Because at this point, you've been told who you are, how you're going to function, what you're going to do. You've been told that. Your subconscious has been programmed to tell you who you are versus you exploring who you are. And those two things are going to collide with each other all the time. All the time. So that's something that you need to work on. You need to sit down with yourself, pen and paper, and write this stuff down. And figure out how you want your life to be versus how you've been told how your life should be. Those are two different things. Oh, got the bees out. I say all that to say, you got to figure this stuff out. Because as this time goes on and we're inside the reset, I already told you about the reset. We are inside a physical reset. We're inside a financial reset. We're inside of a mental health reset. And because all those things are going on at the same time, it's making people feel overwhelmed. What I call sad. Some people are sad. So if you were already sad, the things that are going on right now is making it worse. Now, what do I mean when I say sad? SAD stands for stress, anxiety, and depression. That's sad. If you're already going through stress, anxiety, and depression prior to everything that's going on now, it's going to get a lot worse. It's not an if, it's a when. And the only way I can help you to reduce, not get rid of, but reduce your stress, anxiety, and depression is you have to go through your reps. Well, yes. What are reps? Reps are your religion, environment, people, and social media. You have to go through that process. You got to write things down. Evaluate yourself. You have to figure this stuff out. This is not a joint project. It's not a project we're all going to work on as a group. This is something you need to work on so you can reduce your SAD, your stress, anxiety, and depression. Only you can do it. How do I reduce my SAD? I reduce it. When it comes, I reduce it quick. Why? I work out. I plan my life. Instead of my life happening to me, I plan for things to go on in my life. So when things come up, I'll do a little maneuver. And I get around it. Versus you didn't plan your life, something comes up, and you feel like the whole world's coming down on you. It really isn't. Because you're not planning your life, so things keep happening. It's a cycle. What I call a merry-go-round. It's a merry-go-round. You're inside of a merry-go-round. And as you keep looking out for bad things keep happening. It's a merry-go-round. It's going to keep going in that circle. That's how the brain works. It's the easiest way for the brain to work, which means there's a part of your brain, they call it the RAS, the reticular activated system. What does that mean? That means it's going to bring you what you want to see. You want to start seeing red cars? You're going to start seeing red cars. You want to start seeing blue trucks? You're going to start seeing blue trucks. Things you want to see, your brain is going to start making you see them more. And until you can control that, you're going to keep on this merry-go-round. I don't make this stuff up. I just read a lot. I don't make this stuff up. I just read a lot. And once I started dictating how I'm going to have my life, once I started dictating my plan and put everything in place that I call PAM, purpose, aim, and mission, things just seem to come out a lot better. So, I know I gave you a lot of information. Rewatch the video and focus on mainly resetting. But I also want you to focus on who you are and why you do the things you do. Time to go home. I'm out.